Hey guys, so I'm here with
Vinny Tickets,
Vinny Tickets from ticketbash.com, and the radio show is once again
Sports Bash Media.
boom. We just had a great podcast. You guys should have a listen. All right, cool.
Thank you,
So
guys.
Vinny, good to have you on again. Thank you for our Billy Joel tickets. I gave you a big shout out on Facebook.
You did.
Yeah. So,
How to get so for
did
the
anyone
people?
call from it?
Listen,
You don't know.
One of the, no.
Yeah.
I will say this, and this is one of the things I really need to focus on in my business is trackability.
Yes.
So, I do a lot. I do all kinds of social media. I do networking groups.
Radio.
I do pay-per-click. I do, the pay-per-click is the most trackable thing that we do. But
It gets expensive pay-per-click, though.
yeah,
right?
it does.
Yeah.
And we're competing against some big players, the big players in the industry. But it's a great way to start the segment we're talking about. So
But we should say ticketbash.com is
where you'll never pay a service fee.
That's absolutely correct.
Yes.
And concierge service.
Concierge
I forget
service.
who called us, but what was her name? You probably have
Danielle.
Danielle called us just to make sure that we had everything. We had the tickets, like as we were getting into the car to drive into the city. Like it was so top notch. Like,
Yeah.
it was a great experience.
Thank you.
So,
Awesome. Yeah, actually what we do is because it used to be we would never confirm that people had the tickets.
Right.
And then whenever there was like a triple witching hour between like 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
That if I saw my phone ring, I would be like,
people are panicking. Where's my tickets?
Yeah, they don't have their tickets. Oh, I never downloaded them. I never accepted them. So now we have a whole system and there's a whole checklist.
Nice.
The last part of that checklist is to make sure that the customer downloaded their tickets and they see them.
Well, it was top notch, and that says speaks volumes of how you run what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's tremendous.
So for everybody out there, and people are always concerned, and I deal with this all the time, and certain shows you never want to do it for, and certain shows you always want to do it for. So when you talk about a Billy Joel show, I think you were in 113 or 114.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah. No, you remember.
114. I want to say 114.
I was right behind like 13 roast and piano.
Yeah, 114 row 13 was the seat, and it's listed as rear. If you look on the ticket, it's listed as rear limited view.
Yeah.
That's what it listed.
But it
as.
was great view. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, and I tell people this all the time.
People don't buy those tickets because of how it's listed?
Yes. But if somebody is using the concierge service that we provide, I always explain to people, just sit behind the stage.
Right.
Sit behind the stage. And they say, I don't want to sit behind the stage.
Right.
But here's the thing. And we only have 2 shows left. I actually put my next door neighbor was like, I want to go see Billy Joel on June 8th. I said, trust me, sit behind the stage. I said, no. If I go to the show, I sit behind the stage.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Billy Joel's piano is on a rotating stage. So when it's on that rotating stage, here's the seats behind the stage. Here's the seats in front of the stage. The people in front of the stage are paying $1,500 a seat.
Right.
And the people behind the stage are paying $400 a seat. There's only one difference for the view that you're getting. The people behind the stage are elevated because the first row, then the second row, then the third row, and the fourth row.
Right.
So the seats elevate.
Right.
The people in front of the stage, if you're sitting in the 14th row,
Yeah.
if they're standing, that floor is
If
level.
you got a real tall person in front of you?
With a cowboy hat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not cool.
you're in trouble.
Yeah. So you nailed it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I hope he listened to you, your neighbor, right? He's gonna get.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought he
No,
was gonna say,
absolutely.
I know everything, and I want the.
No.
front. Yeah.
Usually, I'm about 98% on converting people to go behind the stage.
Okay.
And I'm 100%.
Is it Matt? Matt, your neighbor, O'Keefe.
Yes.
Okay. Is he going?
Yes.
Is that him?
It's the other
It's
side.
the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm about 95% of the times people will take my advice, but I am 100% of the time when they take my advice
All right, good.
and sit behind the stage.
I'm sure people probably think, oh, he's probably trying to sell me this ticket because he wants to probably make a more commission on this.
Yeah, or
particular
unload
seat,
it.
which is bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Or unload it like,
yeah.
oh, it's a surplus.
Yeah.
Oh, the milk expired yesterday.
as
Oh,
if
the
you
bread
don't want
went
a
bad
referral
yesterday.
or a repeat customer or something.
Yeah.
silly.
Our business is all about, it's really the beauty of the ticket business is that it's all repeat customers.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So now you ramp up now because Jones Beach and all that. Like,
Well,
or is it pretty consistent?
Yeah, we're pretty consistent. I would say our busiest time of the year is October, November, and December, only because it's just everything's hitting at that time. It's big for holiday gifts, whether you're talking Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's. People are traveling. So there's a million reasons why people are purchasing tickets. And then also in the New York area, there's so much going on. Broadway, and this goes year long.
Right.
Broadway is 365 days a year, which makes it good and bad. It's good because there's always something going on.
Right.
And it's bad because the market is kind of flooded. So there's a lot of, really, really low priced Broadway plays.
Right.
And we do have a concierge service that you could check with the concierge and you could say, hey, you know what? I want to go to Broadway. I don't want to spend $300 a seat. I want to, I don't want to go see Hamilton and spend $500 to sit in the third row.
Right.
So the concierge reps will work with you based upon budget. Mm-hmm. They'll work with you based upon location that you want to sit in. So
how's it? Let's explain to the potential client that's listening right now. How would it? So people can go online and do it, or they can call in, or how does it all work? Like, just walk me through it so they can know what to expect.
So there's three primary ways to purchase, which is pretty unique actually in this landscape of the ticket industry. Everybody right now is online only. So I'm going to go over the biggest key of everything. And then I'm going to go to the three purchasing options that you have. The biggest key is the fact that we have zero service fees. People say, well, how do you make money? Well, we just don't play a bait and switch game.
Right.
So we don't show a ticket or I say, Ryan, the ticket's $400 to go see Billy Joel, which is probably about what we paid.
Right.
The ticket's $400. And then people will always say, well, how much with fees? Well, no, that's all in pricing.
Right.
Many times people will go online, they'll look at a website and say, hey, Vin, I'd love to give you the business, but I see that same seat on StubHub at $350.
Minus the fees.
Right?
Yeah.
Plus brings you up to $450 or $500.
Right.
So it's very important to realize that whichever of the three that you choose, you will never pay a service fee. Right. It doesn't mean we're a not-for-profit organization. It means that whatever fee we're making is built into the price. Right. So it's a big misconception. I actually had a whole conversation with a client last night, and they said, well, I thought you don't have service fees. Well, I don't have service fees. But we do guarantee to beat any price that's online when you add the fees.
Right.
We're always going to be less. And believe it or not, this may sound crazy, the best client for us is if Frank wants to go see a show or you want to go see a show and you send me a screenshot. Hey, Vinny, I just found these. Send me a screenshot, take a picture, tell us what you're looking at. All of our concierge reps are trained to find that exact seat that you're looking at and beat the price. And it may only be by a few dollars, but it's nice to give a local business owner that business, number one.
Yeah. Even if it was a little bit more, like, I don't know, not everybody thinks this way, and I wish everybody would, but if, like, we're friends, we know each other a long time now, like, why would I not give it to you? Granted, not everybody's going to know you directly, but you're a local guy. You know, the service you provide is great. The fact that she called, still amazes me that she did that, because StubHub or something, they're not going to do that.
They don't care.
They're just basically going to take your money, and if it's there, it's there. If you miss it, who cares, you know?
Sorry.
But, people need to know that. So I tell everybody about Ticket Bash and how good you guys are.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
So actually, there are three primary ways that you could buy. Mm-hmm. The first way that you could buy, and we're in the development of an app, which will be the fourth way. So the first way is our website, ticketbash.com. Right. always online, always available. The great thing about our website is you could search by venue, you could search by the home team, the away team, the concert. There's a lot of ways to search. You could search geo-target by city. So there's a lot of ways to purchase tickets online. Once you purchase the seats online, you will get a confirmation when the concierge rep comes back in the following business day, if it's at night or if it's the weekend. The concierge rep will reach out. We send the receipt for the invoice. Every single order that we take online is always 100% guaranteed. We are a licensed, bonded, and insured ticket agency in the state of New York. So, and that's something to be very comforting
Absolutely.
to the consumer.
How many guys would you say are out there selling tickets that aren't licensed, aren't bonded, aren't?
I would
we go
say,
through this with the construction side of things too.
yeah, right. And they could work a lot less, but I still work less. But I'm sure in the construction industry it's even bigger.
Or not proper, or insured but not properly insured.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we have a guy that's he's basically looking to kind of like slow things down, and he wants to come work for us as an estimator, and he was describing his business to us, and he does the same thing we do with general contracting, except he pays $5,000 a year in insurance, and we pay $30,000 a year. It's a big difference, but he skates under that, and so many people do. So when we give a price, now imagine that's a big discrepancy. So when you give a price to a customer, it's like, well, I have this overhead, he has this overhead. Of course, he's going to be cheaper, but if something happens bad, he's not helping you.
Yeah, he's always going to be. Yeah.
So it's the same thing with you.
Yeah, it's stick and move.
Yeah.
He has the stick and move mentality.
Basically, yeah.
Where
but
you and I have
17 years that he had that. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Which is why he wants to be an estimator now.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, you just hit the nail on the head, probably. Yeah. Nice guy, but absolutely.
Yeah. So the first way is to purchase online, ticketbash.com. The second way is to call the office. Mm-hmm. We have 24-hour a day, 7-day a week response. Doesn't mean that 24-hour, 7-day a week we have live operators, but we do have a 24-hour, 7-day a week live response. Okay. We are open Monday through Sunday from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. If there's events happening on the West Coast, it'll be till 11 p.m. That we have live support. So the second way is to call up and get a concierge representative on the phone. And the third that makes us really unique, and I had someone a couple of weeks ago, they said, I never heard of this, texting for tickets. So we do have a text-to-ticket service. And that's where it's easiest for us to do our price beat guarantee because a customer can either screenshot a ticket they like on their phone, or if they're sitting at their desk, they could take a picture from their desktop, send us the price, and we'll respond within seconds. We just bash that price, and here's your ticket bash price right online on your cell phone. Awesome. We have a live link that we send you to make payment. It goes right into our system, creates an account for you, processes the credit card, and it's up to our shipping department to deliver the ticket. So the three ways are shop online, ticketbash.com. Number 2 is call the office, 631-465-0979. And that line also is the text line. So you could text us at 631-465-0979.
Awesome. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Because like, you know what it's so nice about is that people are calling you to do something exciting, whether it's a birthday or a gift card or a graduation or whatever, and they're happy to spend the money, and you're giving them a good deal. So like, I was always envious of a business like that. So that's kudos to you. It's
I'm envious.
Genius idea.
Yeah, I'm envious of you. So
that's good. We'll both be envious.
Everyone's always envious of the other guy.
Absolutely, because your job's easier than my job, right? Is
that
what
of course.
everybody says? Your job's not stressful at all. You know?
Yeah.
They just see, like I always talk about, like everyone sees the restaurant owner with the full packed house on a Saturday, but never sees it on Tuesday night when it's bone empty and still staff going around. So,
right. No, paying rent and employees and everything else.
So now, what are you doing after this? You said you're going to stop at the radio.
I am going over to my friends at WBAB.
Okay.
Actually, I'm trying to get my son a job for the summer.
Nice.
To work on their street team.
Okay.
Him and a couple of his friends. So hopefully that goes well today.
That's awesome. And now you also got a radio show out.
Yes, we have a radio show called Sports Bash. We do it with. I'm a host of the show, quasi-host, if you could call it that. But we do have an absolute professional who's the host of the show. He's the director of the show. His name is Peter Schwartz. I mean, just a storied resume, really a storied resume. Believe it or not, I don't know, you're too young for this, but the old timers that are listening actually cut his teeth on something called sports phone. Do you know what that is? Okay, so there used to be before internet and computers, and I'm a dinosaur. I'll be 58 tomorrow, just so we all know.
Happy birthday, pal.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah. So he actually cut his teeth at sports phone, which was 976-1313. And before computers and before cell phones, how did you get your sports score when it's 11 o'clock at night? You could watch the news, but there was this number that you called, and it would say, today the New York Yankees won 7-3. The New York Mets won 4-1.
And go down the whole list.
Go down the entire list, and it was probably mostly for the gamblers of the world.
Right, absolutely.
So there was sports phone, and then he has a very storied career. I mean, he's been with the biggest of the big, CBS Radio, WFAN, worked with the Islanders, still has an Islander podcast. That show is called Sports Bash. It's on every single day from 9 a.m. till 9:30 a.m. Couple of ways to tune in. It's Sports Bash Media on Facebook. It's Sports Bash Media on Instagram. You could also tune into the radio and listen live. 103.9 on your FM dial. Lots of giveaways. Every week we do a ticket giveaway. Ticketbash.com sponsors the show.
Now you guys are videoing that radio show as well?
Yeah, it's a live video.
Cool. So you could go back afterwards on YouTube maybe, or how do you?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Every episode is on YouTube. Awesome. Every episode is on Facebook. And then, some of these shows that we're doing are getting 10, 15,000 views.
That's awesome.
Like a 30-minute show. So to get that kind of traction, we're like, wow, maybe we have something here.
So you guys are going to start getting some cool guests on that show too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Listen, we've had some pretty big names on our show. We've had Marty Lyons. We've had Susan Waldman. We had Mike Del Giudice, those are all A-list names. Right. These are big name people.
On your show, that's awesome.
Yeah, and they've been on the show.
So that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exciting.
So, one more time, how do you tune in?
Tune in to Sports Bash Media. That's on Facebook. That's on Instagram. And also on your FM dial every day from 9 a.m. till 9:30, 103.9 on your FM dial.
And after you listen to the radio show and you decide you want to go see a game, where do you go?
Ticketbash.com.
Boom.
Thank you, buddy.
I like it.